I feel very excited and very happy this morning for everybody that's here and just our time to connect like this at a very interesting time and a very interesting day of the year. We have the eclipse happening. I believe in our part of the world where I am right now, it kind of started around maybe like 20 to 40 minutes ago and will be at its peak in about 40 minutes. But depending on where you are in the world, it's going to look different for everybody. And we are never bound or limited by the cosmos. It's because it's a reflection of us individually, and it's not something that we have to be afraid of or we think we are controlled by or a victim of. It's always something that we can use for reflection and just take the opportunity to be like, oh, the theme of the cosmos right now is this, so let me look and go inward and see how this serves me on my journey right now. And I think it's always just a great opportunity whenever things are happening, and they're always happening, that we can take that opportunity to play with that energy. So the theme or the concept around eclipse is it's a powerful time or an opportunity for transformation. And we have eclipse and new moon, which is like new moons are about manifestation. So the new moon is like the beginning of the cycle for new beginnings. When it's a full moon, it's actually a time of, that's a good, really great time for the letting go. And then new moon's about manifestation moving forward. So it's just a really great opportunity right now with this energy. It can feel, eclipses can feel chaotic, and we do witness connections between what is going on with the moon and people around us. Like my sister is a nurse, and she'll be like, it's always crazy on the night in the hospital, the night of the full moon. And teachers will be like, the kids go crazy around full moons and things like that. So our bodies are over 75% water, and our planet is over 75% water, and the moon is what pulls on the tides and causes that movement. So we see with the moon energy that it can sometimes feel like what's within us is being pulled out or magnified. Same way it's pulling on the water, it's pulling and magnifying what's going on within you. So if you find if you're in fear and anxiety and stress and these kinds of things, you can feel like that's being magnified during, the moon's different parts of the moon's phases. Or vice versa, if you're in a loving energy and you're a peaceful energy, and abundance and things like that, it magnifies that. So utilizing that extra boost is really great for shifting your vibration. The eclipse specifically, so I should have had this drawn out on paper, but if you visualize a circle, so we see like the sun, right? And this is called the ring of fire. So we have the circle and then there's like the moon that's kind of in it, and then another circle inside. And so we see like a ring of fire, and we can utilize this image and this symbolism as the parts of ourselves that, where there's fear and limitation, negative beliefs about ourselves or about the world or about others, doubts, bitterness, regret, any of these kinds of things that are going on. The full moon the eclipse is this time to be able to allow that to go through the ring of fire. And so these things it's like if they go from the outer circle, then they're going through that ring of fire, getting essentially transformed. Energy is never, what's the word I'm looking for? Energy is never, it's only transformed. What's the word? Never
Destroyed.
destroyed. Thank you. Energy is never destroyed. It's just transformed. So, and fire, even if you burn something up, if you burn paper or wood or whatever, it doesn't disappear. It transforms into smoke, into ashes, into ether, but it's not gone. So when we go through, we sometimes look at our healing as like, I need to get rid of this stuff out of my life. I need to like it's yucky, it needs to go, I don't like it, or I'm just going to push it down. And that only really essentially keeps it alive or keeps it at odds with you. When we look at these aspects of ourselves that, essentially the shadow, the parts of ourselves that we don't always want to look at, or that are hard to see, or we don't want people to know about us, or we don't want to admit to, or what have you, if we actually look at it and allow it to come into the light, into the fire, it can be transformed and essentially integrated. All of these aspects of ourselves that we have looked at as negative or we want to shove down, they're there to be teachers for us, to help us transform, to help us learn lessons in order to grow and expand. And they're actually the greatest gifts. And a lot of it is things we have chosen before we even came into this lifetime to aid us on the journey of awakening, to allow us to remember who we really are. And when we get to see them that way and then accept them for what they are and appreciate them, those negative emotions and everything like that are just messengers, then there can be healing there. Then there can be a transformation and an integration. We're not going to just shove all that stuff out of our life, but we're going to integrate it, and it becomes a partner. It becomes an aid in the journey. Much of what we are fighting against in terms of that voice that's negative inside, that's like, I have fears and I'm afraid, I'm not good enough, I can't do it, and everything, is that inner child. It's the part of you that was formed in those first 7 years of life, where everything in your environment was just going into the subconscious mind. And that little child part of you, that inner child, again, is someone that we can get really frustrated with, we can get irritated with, we wish that they would just shut up, or we wish that they would just get their shit together and be able to like move forward. And there's a impatience and a bitterness. And again, if you think of a little child who's trying their very best, or they are, afraid of something, and then you just yell at them, or you just get upset with them, or just get mad at them, it's not helping the situation. It's just going to deepen their pain. It's going to deepen their fear. But if you come to that child with love, compassion, empathy, and understanding, you can help that transformation for that child to go to the next level, just get up with confidence and move forward. So today's meditation, visualization, whatever name you want to give it, is going to take us on a journey. We're going to go on a journey. And I'm not going to go into a lot of detail explaining it now. I'm just going to take you on the journey. But understand that what really, when it comes to deep, deep healing, it's about, at the core of it, is self-love. And all the way from the micro to the macro, and we're going to journey from the micro to the macro today, that we go inward, and at the depths of us, that inner child part of us, that we bring love and acceptance all the way out to the world and the cosmos, because you are one, we are one with all that is. There is no separation. What you do to somebody else, you do to yourself. What you do to yourself, you do to somebody else. So the love and connection, it is from the littlest part of you to the expanse of the cosmos. And it's a fascinating time that we're in right now, where we're seeing war around the world, where we're seeing tension, we're seeing fighting, we're seeing hatred, we're seeing, all these different things that it can feel very heavy, and it can feel discouraging and bring deep sadness. And if we begin to peel back the layers and understand that our outer world is a reflection of our inner world, and as we each take our responsibility on our own healing path, we will see our world, our outer world, transform. And the temptation is often to look out there and judge it and condemn it and hate on it, and that needs to change and all this kind of stuff. And having that perspective is just it takes the power away from you, and it also is not helpful. even on a global scale, for peace and for healing. So when we bring that love, healing, and peace in here, we're going to see that happen around our world. And I think it's really beautiful when we come together and do it, because individually we are strong, but as a collective, when we come, there's just something beautiful and powerful about it. And we've seen it. It's been proven where people gather and they meditate together and they bring their minds together, that they create, that is a ripple effect, that crime rates will drop. Like, a group of people come and meditate in a city and the crime rate will drop that day. And so where more and more people are doing this and they're getting together and meditating all around the world in order to create positive impact on our planet. So what we're doing today is a very beautiful, exciting, and wonderful thing. And I'm so excited that each and every one of you are here. I'll definitely have time at the end for sharing, for questions, if you guys want to give any feedback in terms of what you went through, what you experienced. But for sake of time as well, we're just going to dive right in and get started. So first off, just make sure that you're comfortable and you're in a place where you feel safe. And, if you can get away from distractions and things like that, that would be ideal. But if not, that's not the end of the world. And just take a minute to settle down, quiet yourself, eyes cast downward, just sort of zone out a little bit. And just breathe normally, but just be aware of your breath. And when you're ready, you can close your eyes. Just bring your awareness to that space between the eyes. And always continue to breathe. I'm just going to allow the body to relax, starting at the top of your head. Notice where you're holding any tension and just let that go. Release the jaw, the neck, shoulders. No need to clench your stomach, just let that out. Release the hands, all the way down the legs into the feet. You can even just feel the heaviness of your body sinking down into your chair. Taking a deep breath in and breathing out the tension. And now we journey inward to the infiniteness that is you. And we'll use our imagination to go on a journey. And the fascinating thing about our mind is the subconscious doesn't know the difference between what is imagined or what is really happening. And the more we study this, the more we realize there isn't really much of a difference between what is imagined or what we perceive as real in this physical 3D reality. And so do not underestimate the power of your imagination and the true transformation that you'll experience through the journey that we're going to go on today. In your mind's eye, want you to take a look in front of you and notice that you're in a room. It's empty. Walls are all white. There's nothing here. Except at the far side of the room, you notice a door. It's a white door and has a gold handle. And you begin walking towards it, step by step. This door, before you move through it, you're aware that it's a transition to a different time. A time that is perceived as many years ago. And as you are about to walk through that door, you are going to go back in time. So put your hand on the handle and open it and step through. And at first it's kind of blurry. But as you begin to look around, things start to take form. And it's a familiar scene from your childhood. The colors are getting brighter. You can even hear the sounds in your environment. And there's even a familiar smell. Notice the emotions that kind of come up for you at this time. What you're feeling right now as you are transported back in time to a familiar place. You can walk around and explore. There might be some people that are popping in as well. Then off in the distance, you notice something. You can't quite make it out right now. It's a bit of a dark figure, so pretty small. So you begin walking towards it. And the closer that you get, the more you realize that this is a person. In fact, it's a little child. This child is sitting on the ground with its arms, knees up against its chest and arms wrapped around its knees, and its head resting with the chin on the knees. And you walk even closer and closer until you're standing right next to this child looking down. As you get more clarity, you notice that this child is quite familiar. Go ahead and kneel down right in front of the child. Look into its eyes. Now it's very apparent that who this child is. This child is you. Continue to look into the eyes. What do you see there? in this child's eyes? What emotions are expressed on its face? How do you feel towards this child? Who is you? This little girl, little boy has been through all kinds of experiences, has been afraid, has been hurt, has been looking for love and come up empty. This child has been laughed at, yelled at, criticized. This child has felt like he or she has lost love when they didn't do something right. This child has been given all kinds of messages. Maybe play it safe. You can't do that. That will never happen. What will people say? Sit up straight. Stop doing that. That's enough. What other messages has this child received? What has this child been looking for that he or she has not found? What is this child missing? What is this child afraid of? Now I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to let this child speak to you, to share what's on its heart and mind. And now is a time for you to listen without interfering, so that this child can speak and share what it's going through and what it needs. And now you have the opportunity to meet this child with love and acceptance. You've seen the vulnerability, you've seen the fears, the doubts, even the self-loathing, the insecurities, the limitations. And you can meet that with condemnation and judgment, or you can meet it with love and compassion. It's up to you. We each have the opportunity to be the parent or the guardian that we wished we would have had as a child in this now moment with our inner child. So as you witness yourself at this age, what would you say to this little person in front of you? Take a few minutes now to speak to you, to speak to this child in a way that brings that love and acceptance and that healing. What would you like to say? Now as you're kneeling still in front of this beautiful little child, you can see those big eyes looking up at you, tears rolling down the cheeks. We understand that the negative emotions, that the fears, that the rejections, the traumas, the challenges, all of those things, they are our guides, our teachers, and the things that actually help us transform the most in this journey, in this human experience. But as they come up and we begin to understand what they truly are, these negative emotions, they are messengers letting us know that we have an incorrect perception of ourselves. So when we understand that message and we can shift to have a correct perception, the messenger is no longer needed, and we can integrate it and allow that energy to dissolve. So to your right, you'll notice there's a fire burning beside you. And what you're going to do is each thought that is coming up out of this child, you're going to take it, you might imagine it as like a ball of energy or a blob of some kind, and you're going to pull it out of the top of the head of this child. For example, there might be one that says, "I'm not good enough." And you're going to hold that in the palm of your hand, and you're going to ask it, "What are you teaching me? What is the message here?" And it will tell you some sort of insight. If you're feeling this emotion of sadness and it's coming from, "I'm not good enough," that sadness is there to let you know this is an incorrect perception of yourself. You are enough. You couldn't be more than what you are because you're everything. And so now that we understand, oh, I've had this incorrect perception, I can shift that now and I know I am enough. We can let that emotion, that thought go. And to symbolize that, you'll be able to just take that and allow it to fall into the fire. And so I'm going to give you a few minutes to pull these out of the child's mind, glean the lesson and the wisdom, shift the perspective, and then let it go into the fire. Now, as you look down at your inner child, you notice through the tears that a smile begins to grow across their face. And you wrap your arms around them and give them a big hug. And repeat after me. I love you. I accept you. We're a team. You are perfect. You lack nothing. And then you can just feel that peace as your hearts are connected, flow through each of you. All is well. You are the divine center of the universe. You are God source energy. And as you're enjoying this beautiful moment of love, you feel a hand on your shoulder. And then you look up and behind you, and there's a powerful, loving, warm person. Looks to be about 80-ish years old, with a real twinkle and sparkle in their eye, smiling down at you. It feels really, really good to be with this person. They look kind of familiar. And the more you look, the more you begin to realize that this person is very, very close to you. In fact, this person is you from the future. Now you have an incredible opportunity for the next few minutes to ask this version of you some questions and to hear from their wisdom and insight, and from their point of view being further down the journey. So take a few moments now to spend some time with yourself and ask any questions, get any insight that's on your heart, and that is something that maybe you're searching for, answers you're looking for. Now's the time for guidance. The beautiful thing is that you have access to these dimensions of yourself at any time. Time is not linear. Everything is here right now. You can tune into this energy of wisdom. You can tune into the energy of childlike wonderment and curiosity. You can tune into love and acceptance. So now as the three of you are standing here, you wrap your arms around each other and feel that love swelling in your heart center. The love for the child, the love for you, and the love for the higher self. Notice that glowing energy at the center of the three of you as it grows and encompasses you completely. This light, ball of light energy, of love energy. Bring to your mind other people that you love, whether it's your children, your partner, your family, your dog, your cat. Feel the tremendous amount of love. See them laughing. See them playing. Those memories where there was excitement, gratitude, joy. The feeling of a warm hug. That look in someone's eye. They truly deeply love you. What that feels like. As you're feeling into this energy of love, expand that ball of light, that love light energy, to fill up the entire room or space that you're in. Continue to allow it to grow more and more until it encompasses your city, all the people walking in and around, living their lives, each on their own journey. Allow that love to encompass everybody. Keep expanding that love light energy. Let it grow and grow until it encompasses your country. Feeling that love going into every home, into every corner, to the animals, to the people, to the land. Continue to grow it, expand it. See it moving across the globe until you're encompassing the entire earth. Feeling love for all that is, because you are all that is, and all that is you. We are all connected and in relationship with each other. And so if we go in and love the smallest part of us, that which we do unto ourselves, we do to our world. And as you feel this love, compassion, and empathy for your world, you feel it for yourself. And let's go even further, expanding that energy out into the cosmos. All that is made of light, and light is love. The fabric of all existence is love. so you can never lack it. You can never be separate from it. You can never be cut off from it, for it is what you are. And when we peel back all the layers, the truth is that I am. I am that I am. You exist no matter what. And that existence is love. So now we're going to draw that energy back in from the level of the cosmos down to the level of the whole planet. Bring that in now to your country, to your city, to your home, to you, to your heart. Repeat after me. I am love. I am peace. I am joy. I am infinite. I am divine. I am one with all that is. I am whole. I am complete. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And now from this place of deep love, of deep knowingness of who you truly are, your true authentic self, all the things that are not you are stripped away. Your heart is open. Where do you want to go from here? How do you want to move forward from this place? What impact do you want to have? What kind of things do you want to create? How do you want to be a channel for good in the world? Imagine yourself in that moment where you're serving, creating, experiencing, how you are being. And imagine what that looks like and what it feels like. You may have a specific scene, a specific people, and a specific event. Or it can be a general concept. It's okay either way. Just allow that space for ideas and to receive that guidance and insight from Source right now of how to move forward from this point. You are the center of your universe. You are the creator of your experiences, and you create by who you are being. You have a choice of who you want to be. You can choose peace. You can choose love. You can choose joy and abundance and freedom. You can choose to see the beauty in every situation. You can choose to grow through each experience. The world is your oyster, so to speak. It's your playground. It's your movie, it's your game that you get to set the rules, you get to create it. You're the writer, the director, the main actor, the producer, all of it. And so you can be excited. You can feel empowered. And you can feel light and ease, knowing that you can just surrender to the knowingness that everything is working out for your highest good. You can trust that deeply at your very core and surrender to the current of life and watch it take you to places beyond your wildest dreams, knowing that God Source Energy has your best interests at heart, more than you know for yourself. That you are so supported, you are so secure, you are so loved. So move forward confidently, move forward with eager anticipation for all that's unfolding. Embrace the adventure, go all in, and allow yourself to just love this life, love yourself, love the experiences that you're going through, that you have gone through, and that you will continue to go through. You are incredible. I hope you see that. When you're ready, you can stand up in your mind's eye, walk back to that door that you came through. And open it, walk through. And you're standing there alone in this room. You can begin allowing it to dissolve and bringing your awareness back into this reality, into this body. Taking a few deep breaths, wiggling the fingers and the toes. And whenever you're ready, you can gently open the eyes. You bring yourself back into the room. Okay. Thank you very much for journeying with me, bringing our collective energy together for inner love, healing, transformation, and expanding that to include our world. Know that through this journey, you have made an incredible impact. Most of the time, we underestimate the seemingly little things, but understand there's great power in what you've done here today and what you continue to do as you heal and love and transform and let go. You are raising the consciousness of the collective. Love is the ultimate power for transformation. So you will have this access to this. You can use this anytime you want. You're not limited to just doing this during an eclipse or during a full moon or anything. You can use this every day if you want to continually tune into yourself, see that little child in you that is scared, and those fears come up. They will continue to come up. That's part of the journey. But how you meet that is really where you're going to see the progress happen. When we meet our inner child, when those fears and doubts are coming up, and we say, I hear you. I hear that you're afraid. I hear that you're scared. I hear that you're worried that we're going to fail, or what mom's going to think, or what people are going to think, or whatever that is coming up. I hear you. And I know you want to keep us safe, and I'm grateful for you. Thank you. But we're going to go in this direction. And instead of just trying to ignore it and shove that little child away, you wrap your arms around it, you reassure it, you love it, and then take its hand and get moving. And when we meet ourselves that way, that's a beautiful process of integration, understanding that aspect of ourselves, but also, essentially parenting yourself as you move forward, again, with that love and compassion. This concept or idea of your higher self, this part of you that has all the wisdom and all that kind of stuff, is you from the future. So you are your greatest guru. Sometimes we need a process of meditation to allow ourselves, for the mind to kind of unfold, to feel that and understand that and listen to ourselves. But you are your greatest guru, and you don't need to go to anybody else or get information from anybody else. Go within and go to you, authentically you. You're the best one to go to. And utilizing a meditation to kind of bring you into that space can sometimes be helpful. So you might want to come back to this and use it again. I encourage you to go out with an energy of enthusiastic anticipation of all the beautiful and wonderful things that are to come. Let that energy be magnified as we are in this new moon phase, and that you bring your intentions of love and abundance and freedom and joy and all that kind of stuff. Bring that up into your being and let that be magnified by the new moon energy today, and in the eclipse season moving forward, as you transform, letting go of the things that are not you, and allowing the authenticity of who you are to really shine through, because you are beautiful, you're amazing, you're incredibly powerful, you're divine, you lack nothing, and you are a force to be reckoned with as you venture into the coming years, as in infinite years of your existence. So you might as well have a blast. Love you guys.